RMX 80 Digital's crossfader and channel faders can also be adapted to one's individual preferences using the dial found below the display. In the center position, the fader curve is linear. Turning counterclockwise will incrementally decrease the cut-in position, which means that the signal's volume rises fast and then remains constant. Turning clockwise selects a late cut-in position, which means that the signal's volume remains constantly low and will then rise rapidly near the top of the fader. By turning the crossfader curve dial counterclockwise, the curve will become sharper, creating an early cut-in position. This setting is ideal for scratching and cutting. If you want to create smooth mixes using the crossfader, turn the dial clockwise to create a smoother curve, making the track blend more gradual. The adjusted value will also be shown on the display. Each channel strip can easily be assigned to either side of the crossfader using the crossfader assign switches below the channel fader. Selecting A or B will assign that channel strip to either the left or right side of the crossfader. With the through setting selected, the channel is not assigned to any crossfader side. An interesting feature for scratch DJs is the possibility to exchange the crossfader with an inner fader. Thanks to a compatible interface, the inner fader can be built in without any complicated reconstruction. The two buttons above the fader curve dials activate and deactivate the fader start function. To use this function, a compatible CD player, for example a Reloop RMP media player, can be connected via the included cable. When you move the fader up, playback will start automatically. Return the fader to 0 and the CD player returns to the last cue point and switches to pause mode. This feature opens up many creative possibilities. If you move the crossfader all the way to the left, the CD player connected to fader start A will enter playback mode, while the CD player connected to fader start B goes into pause mode at the last cue point. If you move the crossfader all the way to the right, the configuration is reversed, with player A pausing at the last cue point while player B starts playing. Sounds complicated, but it really is very simple. If you want to use fader start to trigger sounds with a pronounced attack, for example drum hits, it is recommended to select an early cutting position to avoid losing the important transient phase.
Oh,